Welcome, and thank you very much for spending some time with us today to learn about this exciting announcement that we have regarding the Liberty Public Schools Building Pride Activity Complexes campaign. My name's Heather Hall, and I'm one of the committee members here for the Building Pride campaign. And first, before we get started, I'd like to introduce some special guests in attendance. First, I'll introduce the committee, headed by John Sprugel. Oh, there we go, there we go. Shane DeVolt. Russ Weathers, and Linda Wansing. Thank you so much for dedicating all your time since last September when we launched this campaign. They have given a numerous amount of hours to make sure that this campaign is a successful, historic one for you all. Secondly, I'd like to introduce the recipient, two of the recipients, but also the people who have worked just as hard as everybody else on this campaign. The Executive Director of the Liberty School District Foundation, Nicolette Lausch. Welcome. Thank you. And then, of course, the people without whom we wouldn't have permission to have even done this campaign, and that is the members of our Liberty School District Administration. We have Steve Anderson in the back, Dallas Ackerman. Thank you. Thank you all very much for being here and for supporting this just amazing historic event. I'm honored to stand before you along with this campaign committee as a mother, a PTA member for over 12 years, and a supporter of the schools here in the Liberty School District. I believe this historic campaign will greatly benefit the community, increase economic development, and give a bright future for all the children who have yet to even walk the halls in the Liberty Public Schools. Last September, an historic partnership was formed between the Liberty Public Schools, the Liberty School District Foundation, and the Building Pride campaign. And at that time, the goal was to raise over $6 million to build two activity complexes, one at Liberty High School and one at Liberty North High School. The school board launched the very first gift for $1.7 million to actually put the turf at both schools. And as you have seen, since that happened, we have been using those even more than we used them before because they are so amazing. And so that was the first gift. And you know, I believe in my life, as well as I think the school district has always said, I won't ask other people to give until I'm willing to give first. And they have done that. They stepped forward and they gave the first gift, and we are grateful for that and for the gift that the Board of Education approved to do this. This was a wonderful gift. So, the campaign has, like I said, they gave the first gift of $1.7 million. Then the rest was tasked to the campaign committee to raise privately $4.9 million towards the finishing of the project. Today you will hear from the campaign team on the status to date, where we are, where we have left to go. And so you know, the actual deadline for this campaign is May 31st, just not even 30 days away from today. So we're really excited to let you know what the next future holds. But what I want you to do, and I know you all have your cell phones with you because who doesn't anymore, but pull out your cell phones and I want you to make sure they're on silence and get on Facebook and Twitter. I know some of you don't think Facebook's cool anymore, but try to get on it anyway. And like and follow the Liberty Building Pride Activity Complexes campaign on both of those social media outlets and start following what's going on. But most importantly, share that you are here today. Tell people the good news of what we're going to share with you today and keep passing the word on. This is a great campaign. It's successful for not only those of you in this room, but for all the future generations. So now it's my pleasure to introduce the Building Pride co-chairman and Liberty father, Shane DeVolt. Welcome, Shane.
Thanks, Heather. We also want to thank Heather for being on the committee. She forgot to mention herself. She's been an integral part of this fundraising campaign, so thank you. We're very excited today to bring you great news. We are very close to our goal, and with less than 30 days left, we are within $300,000 of reaching that goal. Many thought it couldn't be done, including myself. I had my doubts at times. But we have raised $4.1 million in sponsorships and recurring revenue, and we have raised $500,000 in charitable giving in the short time that we've had this campaign going, bringing our total to $4.6 million that is committed to the campaign, and that will bring us within $300,000 of our goal of $4.9 million. So we'd like to thank the community. This is a great project, and the community has supported it. They've gotten behind it, and we have a lot of enthusiasm. And when you see the drawings for the stadiums as well as the scoreboards, you'll be excited about it too. It's very exciting. And with that, I'd like to introduce John Sprugel to come up. Thanks, John.
All right, is everybody ready for these? All right. Well, I'm here to say a couple things. One, they're actually happening, okay? So if there's anybody out there that asks you still if they're going to happen or not, please tell them they are happening. And I wanted to kind of run you through a timeline here of what we're looking at least for the next 75 days anyway. So late May here, as soon as track season gets over, there's going to be a lot of material showing up at both complexes. And so some of it might be laying around a while, but there's going to be a lot of dirt work, there's going to be a lot of concrete work, there's going to be a lot of site work done at each complex. And so they'll also start bringing in material for the stadium seating, as well as the press box, and that's going to be a very cool day when the press box is we'll have to tweet that out when that happens. But all that stuff's going to be showing up here at the end of May. So for you seniors who are going to be gone in what, 2 or 3 days, you might want to come back and see what's happening on your campus. The summer of 2017, so that's about a 75-day time period in there as far as June, July, and half of August. Dirt and concrete work, cabling, wiring, conduits are going to be putting in. The stadium seating is going to be installed. Stadium seating is going to be installed first, and then they're going to bring in a pretty large crane to put in the press box. The press box is about 66 feet long by, I don't know, 10 feet wide, and they're going to place it in there. It's going to be a very cool day. So we'll take some pictures of that. And then the lights at North are going to be installed because they right now don't have lights at North. Liberty High School lights, we're going to use existing lights up here at Liberty High School. And then the video boards are going to be installed probably in late July sometime. And those things, I'm just saying they're going to be massive. They're going to be about 35 feet tall and about 40 feet wide. That's pretty big, I think. And so they're going to be something. They're going to be a point of pride and a unique feature of these activity complexes. So all that's going to be taking place here over the next 75 days. So it's going to be very busy at both sites. Then what we're shooting for, weather permitting, is for the first, on Friday, August the 18th, Liberty North plays up at, hopefully, at the activity complex at Liberty North. They're going to play Staley up there on Friday, August the 18th. And then on Friday, August the 25th, weather permitting again, the first varsity football game at the activity complex at Liberty High School. And I think they play Belton that night. So that is what we're shooting for. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of other use beyond those two things. So we're going to have lower level football in there, soccer, marching band's going to be out there all summer long as well, competing, dance, cheer, color guard. So there's going to be multiple uses for these activity complexes. And then in the fall of 2017, that's going to be kind of the next phase is, and it's going to be kind of a working construction site throughout the fall and the early winter is when the convenience building, the entrance plaza, is going to be built through that fall. So it's going to be a very busy time, very exciting time for our complexes. And so you who are seniors and juniors and sophomores in the room here, this is something that has been coming, needed in this community for many years, because I think it's been at least 60 years, maybe longer, that we've been going up to William Jewell and other parts. And so the whole motive behind these things is to keep more of our activities on campus, and so that you don't have to get into a car and drive someplace to go to an event. So very exciting. The sports marketing classes that are here today, all right, I'm going to give you a little assignment, and this is very important over the next 30 days. We do want to reach that $300,000 goal, and so anything that you can do on the sports marketing sites that you control, the social media platforms, or if you want to, use your own social media, whether it's Snapchat or Twitter or something that I'm sure you guys know about that I don't know about, to get word out to friends, to family, to people in the community, encouraging them to go to lsdf.org, and that is the Liberty School District Foundation website, and click on the Building Pride logo and donate. And so what we want to try to do is drive as many people as possible to that site over the next 30 days. And so whether they give $100, $250, there's financing options that start at $500. And I know $500 to a lot of you is a lot of money. But we have a financing option in there for 12 months, so it breaks down to $42 a month. Sometimes that's just one dinner eating out for a family of 2 or 3. So strongly encourage all your family and friends to give and to tell their friends and families as well. And so it really needs to be a viral spread here over the next 30 days to get word out about this. So we want to finish strong. We've had absolutely fantastic support from our community, not only from our community business partners, but just from patrons in the community. And so we want to finish strong here over the next 30 days. And so everybody's help is needed. Everybody's help is appreciated. And I want to open it up real quick because I know there are a couple of questions out there. Hopefully somebody will raise their hand and ask a question before we continue on here. Any questions? I told the back row you guys had to ask a question, okay? Surely somebody has a question. Yes, sir. What happens if we don't get the 300,000? We're going to continue to work to get the 300,000. And so we will continue working as much as we can past May 31st to get that $300,000. But we want to set a deadline of May 31st, and so that there is a deadline to meet that. Great question. He gets extra credit. Yes?
How confident are you that the video board will be up by August 5th for our Eagles Take Flight night?
Well, weather permitting, okay, weather permitting, it will be up, okay? They have to bore quite a few feet into the ground just because this is a massive structure. It's graded out to 120 miles an hour as far as wind gusts are concerned, so they have to go down quite a few feet into the ground to put the footings in. So that's our goal, is to have it in here sometime in late July. That'll be cool, though, if it's in. Yep. Good question. I know there's another one out there. Yes?
What is the backup plan? If the stadiums aren't ready, what's the backup plan for the first football game? Is there one?
Yeah. We will play up at William Jewell. The district has reserved William Jewell just in case. These are not finished on time just because of weather permitting. So we will be back up at Jewell until they're ready to play if they're not ready. Good question. Yes?
So why does the $300,000 need to be raised in the next 30 days? What's so specific about the next 30 days?
Okay, that's a great question. There's a litany of things, okay, that need to be financed and decisions made on. And so we just want to make sure that we have the money in hand to go forward on things. And so that's why it's critical to get this $300,000 in hand in the next 30 days so that we can continue on the planning process. Because it's step by step as far as, okay, the lights at north, the stadium seating, the press box, the video boards. Obviously each of these have a cost to them. And so we're kind of stair-stepping it in here until we get done with the campaign here. So that's the necessity for the $300,000. Great question. Yes?
Does it look like we're on pace to reach the goal by the end of the month?
We should be. I mean, that's why we need everybody's help. And so just, I'm one person, but we have a room full of 50 or 75 people here. And so we need everybody pulling together and promoting it. Okay? So very critical. Great questions. Any more? Okay. Linda Wansing, who's from our committee, is going to get up here and talk about how many of you have participated in the Dining for Dollars associated with the activity complex? Raise your hand. That's awesome. Okay, so you've already donated to the campaign. And so she's going to get up here and say a couple things about that are really cool, that just because we have this campaign we are giving back to our community, not only in the form of these activity complexes, but actually money back into our community businesses.
Last fall, when we were sitting around trying to decide some of the ways that we were going to raise money for the complexes, we decided that we would do Dining for Dollars. And so we contacted area restaurants and asked them if they would like to participate in a scheduled night for Dining for Dollars, where people in the community would go to their restaurant during specific hours, and then they would give us a percentage back of the sales that were made. And we had probably about 8 to 10 restaurants in the very beginning that wanted to take part. And in turn, we advertised for them on our social media sites to get people to go from the community to those restaurants. And to begin with, we scheduled 2. We scheduled one in November and one in February. And we thought that would be all that we would do. However, they became wildly successful. And so the public asked us to schedule 2 more. And so we scheduled another one in April, with our final one being May 18th. And to date, we have received over $7,000 from those restaurants, which in turn puts back over $70,000 into the community by people eating out on those specific nights. And that is a huge give back to the community. So if you participated in one of those Dining for Dollars, thank you. And please mark on your calendar and get the word out that we will do another and our final Dining for Dollars on May 18th. And as of yesterday, I had another restaurant contact me that wanted to take part in it. So watch for the flyers and watch our social media site that Heather asked you to like for all the restaurants that will be participating that night. And make sure you grab your friends and get out. And seniors, you'll already be out of school, so you'll be able to take part in the lunch ones. Some of them offer lunch and not just dinner. So be on the lookout for that. And if you've participated, thank you. And we look forward to seeing you at the area restaurants on May 18th. Heather?
All right, well, thank you very much for taking time to be here today. This is really exciting news. This is an historic opportunity where we have embarked on a $4.9 million private fundraising campaign. We are not raising people's taxes to do this. This is a huge, huge deal. Not many places in the country can say they've done something like this and are this close to their final end of a $300,000 deadline. So we're really excited about it. So few points to remember to wrap up. Number 1, 30 days left. Number 2, $300,000 left to raise. Number 3, go to lsdf.org and click on the Building Pride logo, and you can make your tax-deductible secure donation online. And you can do that today and any day this month, and we'd like you to continue to do that, and also tell the people in your community, in your neighborhood, and your friends, and on your social media to do the same thing. It feels good to give. It really does. And not only do some of you, I know, that are seniors out in the audience today say, well, but I'm not going to get to enjoy it. Well, my kids aren't either. But the point is that it's good for everybody. It's good for the community. It's good for your home's value. It will increase, and you guys don't maybe understand that, but your parents do. And it's an important opportunity for us to do something for the future generations of Liberty Public Schools who will embark on these in this educational program that you guys have already started for them. So that's what I ask you to also think about. So get your phones out, like us on Facebook and Twitter. We've already said that a million times, but I know it never hurts repeating. Do take pictures before you leave of some of these message boards and post them out on your social media sites, because the people who didn't hear this today will want to know, are we really in fact this close to our deadline? What are really the timelines that we really have to have so we can finish this strong? So the last thing I'll say is, seniors who are here with the sports marketing class, congratulations. You've done a great job. You've really represented Liberty Public Schools well through your career here, and we're glad to have you be graduates of the school district. And in the immortal words of John Sprugel, be careful and be safe. Thank you very much.